permission. So just a couple of things, a couple of reminders as always. Firstly, please remember that you don't need to keep looking at your screens if you don't want to, because I know looking at your device can be really tiring, especially if you're using a device a lot. So hopefully my voice will be enough. And the other thing is really important, which is to please listen to your body rather than what I'm saying. So I'm just looking at a message from Leah. Thanks, Leah. Thank you. So it's really important. One of the big lessons in yoga is about finding our own agency, our own voice. What is my heart telling me? And that can start on the yoga mat by not listening too much. I mean, obviously I'm here to guide you, but I'm not here to instruct you. So if I say something and it doesn't feel right, or you would rather rest out, or you're not comfortable with what I suggested, then your heart is much more of a guidance than my voice. So I'm just here to suggest for you. So with that in mind, if you like to come to a comfortable sitting position, and if you are extremely fatigued and you need to start by lying down, that's also fine. And I just want to say something around the words of the concept of peace. So in Sanskrit, the word for peace is shanti, something that you might have come across, and we're going to use that as a chant in a minute. But I'd just like you to think about how you might be able to cultivate peace and how important inner peace is for you. And as we go throughout the practice, I'm going to suggest ways, or I'm going to suggest to you that you might think about how you can cultivate peace, and whether you can maybe make time every day to set aside time just to sit quietly and close your eyes and listen. So let's try that now. And of course, if you're not happy closing your eyes, that's also fine. So just come to a comfortable sitting position, evenly balanced over both of your sit bones. And then just take a moment or two to actually arrive in your body, if that feels okay for you. And then just check in. How does my body feel? And make this an exploration of curiosity. So you are looking at how you feel without judging yourself. So nothing is right or wrong. And then observing how the mind is. And then observing the emotions, if there are any. Again, bringing this quality of compassion and non-judgments into your exploration. And then just allow the jaw to soften and the eyes to soften. We're going to start just by helping our shoulders. So become aware of your right shoulder, and then very, very slowly start to lift the right shoulder towards the ear, maybe taking about 8 to 10 seconds just to lift it up. And then we're going to hold it there. Keep holding. And then very slowly, we're going to lower that right shoulder. And then we're going to do that to the left. So become aware of the left shoulder. And very slowly, 8 to 10 seconds, start to lift the left shoulder up towards the left ear. And then hold it. Remember to breathe. Keep holding. And then very slowly start to lower the left shoulder. And if your camera is on and you want to look at your screen, you might note that the shoulders are a little bit lower than they were before, because what we've done there, it's a very gentle way of informing our nervous system that it's safe to let go. So when we're stressed and we're tense, that tends to be that we hold around the neck and the shoulders. And doing this very gentle movement, which we just did, actually tells our nervous system it's okay. We can actually relax. So just observe if your shoulders do feel a bit softer, a bit more eased away from the ears. And then become aware of your breath. So again, you can have your eyes closed, but only if that's comfortable for you. And if it's okay for you, just start to breathe through the nose if you weren't breathing through the nose. And then begin to lengthen the breath. But we're lengthening the breath, we're slowing the breath down without making it any deeper. So think of the breath as being quite subtle. We want to think of the word slow and low. So the breath is from the diaphragm. And again, that's only a suggestion. If that's not right for you, that's fine. We don't want to force anything. And then we're going to take our hands and just place them around our lower rib cage. If you're not sure, you can look up at your screen. So I've got my fingers around the front of my lower ribs and my thumb around the back. And we're just going to gently breathe into our hands. So as we inhale, the ribs slightly flare out on that in-breath. As we exhale, the hands relax slightly towards each other. So just try that for a few breaths in your own breathing rhythm. So we're just reminding ourselves where the diaphragm is and to involve the diaphragm with the breath, if that's comfortable for you. So we're not breathing too much from the upper chest or the shoulders. And then relax the hands back onto the knees. And just observe the exhalation. So if it's okay for you, you're observing now a long, smooth exhalation. And then dropping your awareness to the breath, see if you can observe the spaces between the thoughts. See if you can begin to find that sense of inner peace, which is always there. It's just we need to become still to allow it to come to the foreground. So even if there are sounds in your space, even if there are other disturbances, just fix your awareness on a sense of the stillness and the silence, because that's what you want to give your attention to. And then we're going to do a little bit of chanting before we come to lying. And again, as always, everything's a choice. So if you don't want to chant or you just want to do the breathing, that's fine. So we're going to bring the hands together to the Namaste Mudra over the heart. And I'm going to demonstrate, but I will also talk this through in case you don't want to look at your screen. So you have the choice. So I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to take my right arm out to the right on that in-breath, following the hand with my gaze. And then I'm going to chant the hand back to the other hand. Shante, shante, shante. And then on the other side, so you can join in if you like when you're ready. Breathing in, hand out to the side, arm out to the side, following the fingers with your gaze, and chant the hands back together. Shante, shante, shante. Do that once more in your own breathing rhythm. Your own pitch, your own rhythm. And then if you like, once more to each side in your own time. When you finish, rest your hands on your knees. And again, just observe the peace created by the mantra, knowing that the peace is not separate from you, it's always there. And then when you're ready, please come down to lying. So we're going to do a little bit of relaxation now, and as always, there's a choice. So if you want to remain seated, that's fine. I usually suggest that you start on your back with your knees bent with something under your head to help the back of the neck to lengthen, but it's also fine to lie on your front, particularly if you've had COVID, you might find that more comfortable. You can even lie on your side if you prefer. And if you like working on a bed or a sofa, that's also fine. So just take a moment or two to make yourself comfortable, to let yourself transition. If you're on your back, you might like to have the arms a comfortable distance away from the body with the palms facing upwards. A bit of space under the armpits. But if that doesn't feel okay, you can experiment with turning the palms down or even resting them on the belly. So just give yourself a moment or two to get comfortable. And if your knees are bent, and that feels too strong, you can just bring the knees. So you've got your heels at hip width apart in line with your buttocks, but you can bring the knees together if that's more comfortable. So you just take a moment or two to experiment with what feels nice for you. And then become aware of the weight of your body on your support. Feel that gravity is inviting you to relax and release. And just explore that connection if you're on your back, of your back on your support. And if you're on your front or if you're sitting, just explore where you are touching, feeling the heaviness of where you are connected. And then we're going to do a little bit more chanting. If again, it's a choice, if that feels all right for you. So we're going to chant 3 times, taking the hands to the belly, and then we're going to take the hands to the heart, and we're going to chant 3 times to the heart, and then we're going to palm the eyes, so the fingertips run into the hairline, and we're going to chant 3 times to the eyes. So I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I will let you do this in your own breathing rhythm and your own pitch. So if you like to take your hands and just gently place them on your belly, and then we'll take a deep inhalation together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Twice more to your belly. And then 3 times to the heart and 3 times to the eyes. And when you finish, just rest the hands beside the body so I can see when you finished. If you've got your knees bent and you now want to stretch out your legs and you don't have any back issues, you can slide out one heel, then the other, if that's comfortable for you. And then if there's a particular area of the body that you would like, you feel might need a little bit of help today, maybe there's pain or discomfort there, just take your hands gently and place them there. You don't have to, this is just a suggestion. And as you breathe in, just visualize you're breathing in peace and light to that area. As you breathe out, just allow the breath to lengthen as you let go. And then we're going to begin to do some very gentle movement. Again, it's always a choice. So you can either have your knees bent if you've got back issues, or you can have your legs out straight. I'm going to continue to direct you as if you're lying on your back, but you can just modify for however you are lying. So we're going to do a bit more work with the chant. I am moving with you if you need to look up. I'm going to start by stretching our arms up towards the ceiling. So they're coming out of our shoulders and the palms are facing each other, fingertips towards the ceiling. And then we're going to breathe in. And then we're going to chant the arms wide apart like a cross. So at the end of the chant, the backs of the hands are touching the floor. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And then we inhale and let the arms float up. So the palms are facing each other, arms are parallel. And then again, opening them like a cross. Shante, shante, shante. And then continue in your own breathing rhythm. So if just once or twice was enough for you and you're feeling particularly fatigued, then rest there. Otherwise, do that up to 5 times in your own breathing rhythm. But most importantly, don't push. Listen to your body, honor your energy levels. Working in a way that's nurturing. And when you finish, just come to a place of relaxation, any posture that's comfortable for you. Take your hands to your heart, maybe one hand on top of the other or in the Namaste Mudra. And again, just pay attention to the peace. Maybe observing the pause after the exhalation. Or the spaces between the thoughts. Just giving ourselves time to recalibrate and restore before we move into our next movement. And then when you're ready, take one knee over the belly, then the other. And then just rock out the spine very gently from side to side. And then have one hand on each knee, or if that's not comfortable, you can hold under the knees. And we're just going to breathe in, straightening the elbows. We let the knees gently drift away from us. Breathing out, we bring the knees in towards us. Breathing in, they float away from us. Breathing out, just draw those knees gently into the belly. And then drop the feet to the mat with the knees bent. Have the feet about hip width apart, heels coming into the buttocks, and take the arms out like a cross. And then we're going to slide out the right leg, if that's okay for your back. Modify if it's not. So right leg is now straight. And then we're going to bend the, sorry, I've got my right and left muddled up. So right leg is straight, left knee is bent. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend that left knee down towards the floor or whatever your support is, so that the left foot is just gently touching on the right knee. And if that's too tight on your hip and you want to place padding under that left knee, please do so. So again, I am moving with you if you need to look up and check. And from this position, we're going to come into a lion tree. If your energy levels are okay, you can just make that right foot dynamic by flexing it so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. If you're feeling tired, it's fine just to keep that foot relaxed. We're going to now bring the arms above the head from lying. And there's 2 ways we can do that. Well, there's 3 actually. So I'll just explain what they are so you could decide which version you would like to use. So if your shoulders are okay and you've got flexibility in your shoulders, you can run the backs of your hands along the floor and then bring the palms together over your head. But if that's too strong for your shoulders, you can just bend the elbows, bring the hands together and just rest the base of the palms on the crown of the head. So you decide whether you want to have the arms out straight above the crown of the head, or whether you want to rest the base of the palms on the crown. And then just feel from the palms down to that right foot, and feel that you are opening and making space between the hands and that right foot. So feel the diaphragm is free and the lower ribs are free. And then just relax down, because you're now in a beautiful lying tree, and just imagine what your tree is. Is it a tree in summer or a tree in winter? Can you feel the root system going down from the right heel and the base of the spine, down through the floor into the earth below? Shoulders connecting down with the floor, head heavy. All of these points of contact having roots going down into the earth below. And as you breathe in, feel yourself breathing in nourishment from the earth into your tree. And visualize whether your tree is big and strong, or maybe it's a sapling and it's bendy and flexible. You decide what your tree is like. And then when you're ready, you're going to take an in breath and bring the hands in the Namaste Mudra position over the heart. And then we're going to breathe in again and lift up that left knee. And then straighten the left leg, if that's comfortable for you, and relax the arms beside you. So you're back into a relaxation position. And of course, you can modify this in any way you want. And just take a moment or two to observe how the body is, how the mind is, how the breath is. Allowing everything to be as it is. So we're not resisting anything in our current experience. We're just allowing ourselves to be in this moment, in our bodies. And if that feels too much for you, just bring your awareness to the softness of the palms of your hands. And then when you're ready, we're now going to bend the right knee. So the left leg is straight this time, and if you like, you can make that left foot active. And then we're going to bend the right knee out to the side, so the sole of the right foot is just gently touching the left knee. Again, you can place padding under that knee if you like. And we take the hands, the arms either side of the body like a cross. And then when you're ready, you can either run the backs of the hands along the floor to bring the palms together, stretching up over the head, or you could just rest the base of the palms on the crown of the head. And again, just feel the space from the palms of the hands down to that right foot. Feel the space in the rib cage. And visualize how your tree might look. Visualize your roots going down into Mother Earth. Down, down, down. Breathing in slowly, bringing up nourishment from the earth into the body and prana and energy. Breathing out, letting go of anything you don't want anymore on that exhalation. And then when you're ready, bring the palms together over the heart center. Breathe in when you're ready and lift that right knee up. And then stretch out the right leg and release the arms beside you. So you're back in your relaxation posture. And just take a moment or two to observe how you're feeling now. Again, just allowing everything to be as it is, being present in your body in this moment. And just enjoying the relaxation.